holiday season is upon us, you're looking for gifts, or maybe you're just looking to treat yourself. I'm not judging, I do it all the time. But I thought I would help you out a little bit with letting you know my top 5 favorite palettes that I own. My first favorite is a drugstore palette, and it is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I'm sure you've seen this before. It's been on everyone's it list since the dawn of time. It's just a really great drugstore product. I want to say this is no more than $4. It's all shimmery shades, but they're just beautiful. The quality is amazing. The colors are great. I'm a huge fan of this top one right here and this one right here, as well as this. I'm a fan of all of it. And this one right here is also a dupe for Max Club. So I mean, it's really just such good value, and the shadows are so buttery. So if you're looking for a palette but you're not looking to spend a lot of money, this is a great one to just kind of test the waters with different eyeshadows. These are in no particular order, by the way. These are just my top 5 as a whole. My second favorite is the Naked2 palette. Looks like this. I'm sure you've also seen this a lot. If you're someone who wears a lot of neutrals on a regular basis, this is the perfect palette for you. I don't own the first Naked palette. I only own the Naked2 because when I went to the store and I looked at both of them, this is just the one that appealed to me the most. And I've had this for maybe about a year, and I've been completely happy with it since I've owned it. It's a great carry-all palette to like carry with you if you're traveling, because the colors all go amazingly well together. Like, it's kind of hard to mess up with this eyeshadow palette because all the colors just work amazingly together. It's definitely a more cool tone palette of the two though, so if you're someone who likes warmer, richer tones, I would say go for the Naked one, but for me, I really liked the colors of this one, and that's why it's in my favorite. My third favorite is the Meet Matte Nude palette from theBalm. This palette is in my top 5 because of the fact that it is all matte shadows. I do use a lot of shimmery shadows on a regular basis, but sometimes you just need something to tone it down a little, and this palette is amazing for that. It's got a huge mirror, and it's just got a bunch of tones that really work for blending out other eyeshadows. I think it's really necessary to own a bunch of matte shades, just because having an all shimmery eye kind of makes you look a bit like a disco ball. Believe me, I've been there. And it's nice to have something to tone it down with. This is the perfect palette for that. It's got a bunch of browns with different undertones. It's got a pink in there, a kind of taupey shade, a yellow, a stark white. There's just really nothing to dislike about this palette. I would definitely say it's in my top 5, and I use the brown shades a lot to blend through my crease. Like, that is where I wear matte eyeshadows the most, and those get a lot of wear from me. And strangely, so does Matte Lombardi. Sometimes I put this yellow under my brow bone, really blend it out, and it gives a really nice highlighted look without being a little too cray. So I mean, definitely a favorite with good reason. My fourth favorite is the Lorac Pro palette. I've only had this palette for a couple months, maybe 3 or 4 months, and I don't know what I was doing before it. It is perfection in a palette. It is sleek, it is thin, it is great for traveling. It's got a good magnet, a great mirror, and it's the perfect mix of matte and shimmer shadows. The whole top row is mattes, and the whole bottom row is shimmers. And these are some of the best eyeshadows I have ever used. This gold is like the perfect gold. Like, it's stunning. And oh, this garnet shade, it gets me. It just, I love it. And this pewter shade. I don't have words for how much I love this palette. Like, when I first got it, I was like, I guess it's okay. And then I started using them, and I haven't looked back. Of all of these palettes, it's probably my most used one, even though it's my newest one. It's just so good. There's just so much goodness in this palette. I don't have words. This matte black is amazing. You know how sometimes matte blacks are a little chalky or don't blend that well? Not this one. It means business, and it is great. I also really love this slate dark blue color because it's really fun to use for making smokier eyes that aren't black or brown. I can't. And the deep purple is so pretty. I just love this palette. It is well worth every dollar. I just stop. My last favorite in my top 5 favorite palettes is an even newer purchase, but I know that me and this palette are gonna have a long and beautiful friendship to come. It is the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. I picked this up a couple weeks ago and then kicked myself in the head because friends and family just passed and I could have bought this when I had 20% off. But it's okay. I'm not mad. It is amazing. Now, if you're not someone who likes to play around a lot with colors, this might not be for you, but I've recently gotten into adding a few more colors into my repertoire and I'm just really happy with this. First of all, look at the way it opens. You press the little button, oh, it like opens itself. It's all too much. These are the shades that are in it. It also comes with a dual-ended brush. This guy right here. The blending side is a little flimsy, so it doesn't blend that well, but the shader side is really nice. And these are the shadows in it. I don't even think I can probably do them justice. Like, they're just all so great. There's so many colors, so many cool shades. I'm wearing this right now on my eyelids as well as this one, so I'm kind of blending greens together with a little bit of this pink in the inner tear duct, and I love that. You can also make a really nice neutral eye with the browns in here. It comes with 2 matte eyeshadows and the rest are all shimmers and frosts. But seriously, if you can, run to a Sephora and swatch these because they're so nice. Like this blue here, Prank, is stunning. Stunning. And so is this blue here, Madness, equally stunning. And oh, this kind of dual-chromy purpley shade called Betrayal. I don't have enough fingers to show you how much I like this, but if you're someone who likes to play around with colors, this should definitely make it into your collection. It's so good. It's so good. Let me know if you want to see a tutorial with this palette. I won't guarantee that it's very good because I'm not amazing at tutorials, but I can try and work something out if you like. I didn't buy the first Vice palette because I wasn't that interested, but this one really got me. Swatch it. Just go swatch it. I can't really even fully put into words unless you just go look at it yourself. These shadows are all really worth it. I'm really happy with like 98% of the shades, which is saying a lot because most of the time you get some duds in your eyeshadow palettes, you know? Like it's just the way it works. Super happy with all of these, and Urban Decay really knows how to do eyeshadows well, so well played, Urban Decay. So that is it for my top 5 favorite palettes. I hope you guys have really enjoyed watching it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.